As someone who lives and works in Melbourne, if you're looking for a coffee where the locals go, brunch, or a taste of Korea, this one's for you. In the heart of Melbourne City's free tram zone, we are visiting the best coffee, brunch, and Korea inspired food. Let's begin. Hidden in a laneway, Palace Coffee is new, but the locals are already queuing up. There is an unspoken cafe rule: know your coffee order, give it the old tap and beep, and await the blessed bean juice. With two baristas from Patricia in the crew, the coffee is silky and expertly brewed using 7 seeds beans. The coffee is at first a little sour but grows on you. The vanilla cannelle was beautiful, gooey in the middle, and the cinnamon buns are from Mork. The downsides are the limited street side seating and that it's closed on weekends. Located 5 minutes walk from Queen Victoria Market, you might be confused by this Korean specialist coffee cafe. Art gallery or futuristic temple to coffee? Both answers are correct. Their coffee beans are sourced from Australia and overseas. But today, I'm in the mood for something indulgent, so I get a Biscoff cream latte. Plus, the cafe's self-made tiramisu and a bag of geisha beans to brew at home. I really enjoyed the drink and dessert. They do change up the menu, so it's nice to drop in another time. The cafe is a little chilly in the winter mornings, but the perfect barista service will make you feel at home. Hectors is an American-style sandwich cafe born in Melbourne, sometimes with queues so long you'd think they were giving away free rent. So hype aside, are these sandwiches worth the wait? I can confirm the sandwiches are one of the best in Melbourne. I got the beef and pickles, cheese, and hectic sauce. Perfectly toasted, slow-cooked beef. Have a coffee to wash it all down. They also have glazed donuts and new, dangerously good cinnamon scrolls. The scroll is fluffy with cream cheese in the middle and brown sugar veins. You must try them. That is, if you can get it before it sells out. This peaceful cafe is located behind the State Library and is oozing cozy vibes. The food has classic brunch favorites and Asian flavors. One person said they had come 3 days in a row just for their noodle with salmon. And, spoiler alert, I did clean out the bowl. The egg in their gochujang scramble was perfect, but personally, with the salty bacon and salty sauce, after a few bites I got a salt overload. Their drinks are good, but the cannelle is what drew me here. The orange was good, but the Thai tea was more subtle. The hazelnut Madeleine, you'd have to hold me back from inhaling a whole basket. Overall, a good brunch place or a coffee break. The customers of this mum and dad cafe went into a meltdown last year when they closed indefinitely at the end of their lease. After visiting, I fully understand why. Their case sandwich is so fluffy and full of flavor, and they use a Korean family recipe for the beef bulgogi filling. It is the ham-egg sanga of your dreams. They really look after their customer. Their coffee is also good, and the mom and dad are the nicest I've ever met. You'll spot the crowds outside Overlay Coffee before you see the cafe. The interior is minimalist and airy, and the queue moves quickly. I'm here for their famous peanut cream latte. It's not stodgy like peanut butter, rather it's light with a slightly salted peanut cream cloud, which perfectly goes with the quality coffee. The lavender cake is a pleasure to eat. Overall, a cafe doing simple things really well, but with an Asian twist. Is this the most aesthetic Korean cafe in Melbourne? Cozy and calm, Ondo serves meals that will set you up for the rest of the day. The menu reads like a love letter to Korean food, not just a social media famous street bites. Every dish feels carefully considered, even if some dishes are gentler in flavor than the punchy profiles you might expect. After their bibimbap bowl powered me through a long day without the post-lunch slump, I get it. They're serving balance as much as flavor. There are not many tables for big groups, but the window seats are perfect for a solo lunch and for watching the world go by. When I roll out of bed on a bad day, Market Lane is my reward for waking up. I personally like how the taste is more complex and that they use quality milk, but some may find the coffee a little acidic. and the price is higher than normal. They have a few locations. This one is a mostly takeaway or stand-up store, but they also have a total of 3 outlets just in Queen Victoria Market, but only 2 of them have seats. If you're on the Paris end of Collins Street, their cafe there is very aesthetic. If you have an American-sized appetite for brunch, come to this nostalgic American-style diner. It's run by the same people behind Operator 25 and Operator Sun. The vibes are perfection. Zac Efron even filmed a movie here. They use cold black beans, and the food portions are enormous. The fried chicken on waffles were delicious. Some Americans might say it's not as good as home, but what is really? But the queues on the weekends say otherwise. Before I tried Project Zero, I was prepared to roll my eyes and follow it under cool name overhyped with cheap tricks to lure the masses. To my relief, I can confirm that Project Zero has good coffee. It's an option to get the special flavor beans. I tried Berry Lamington this time. The aftertaste was really fragrant and complemented the coffee. The special flavors might not suit everyone, but it's undeniable that their coffees and pastries are good. 4 minutes walk from Queen Victoria Market, you'll see Leajjos' outdoor terrace and coffee roaster in the front, inviting you to explore further. The interior is Australiana, retro, amazing, and feels like you've wandered into someone's cool living room. The menu has a few options, but the signature items are the Japanese shokupan sandwiches. The prawn katsu roll smacked me into submission. There was so much bread I had to take away. The fruit sando was also really good, and the coffee was the fruitiest I've had, in a good way. Be warned, the entire menu consists of sandwiches or toast made with Japanese shokupan bread, which some might feel it's not impressive enough. Plus, half of the space is a garage for the owner's car collection. The cafe does have immaculate weekend vibes, so come early if you want a seat. Vacation Coffee is your friendly neighborhood cafe with fantastic coffee. It's not a surprise that it placed number 71 in the 100 best coffee shops in the world. They are the only cafe in Melbourne City other than Proud Mary in Collingwood, and only 9 cafes in Australia made the list. Their food selection is limited, but the coffee is well brewed, complex, and delicious. This is a popular local spot only 2 minutes from Queen Victoria Market. The storefront is modest. The only hint is that every table is full, with newcomers frantically scanning for a seat. The interior is vintage, with little touches of Korean culture. The desserts appear rustic, but a closer look shows a higher degree of skill and confident execution. I had the tangerine cream tea coffee latte, which was excellent. The cake was a delicious marvel of cream, strawberry, and sponge. Everything was good and worth the price. The cafe is only open 4 days a week, so come early for a seat. This New York-style cafe is hidden in a laneway off Flinders Lane. Blink and you might just miss it. The servings are big, or average by American size. The chicken waffle was juicy, and the BEC bagel, that's a 14-hour brisket, egg, and cheese, was as epic as it sounds. I tried the Donkey Kong cold brew, but the fake banana syrup just took over. Luckily, their normal coffees are good. The downsides are that you can only access the inside via stairs, and the outdoor terrace overlooks a garbage area. Otherwise, good fun. This cold black coffee venue has a morning bar concept, including coffee-based mocktails and cocktails, brunch food, and open-faced sandwiches on their house-made soda bread. Not going to lie, it was pricey for a sandwich, and thank goodness, it was delicious. The coffee mocktail was also good, which I'm not taking for granted after trying other places that missed the mark. I'm too uncool to go to this venue again, but Cold Black is one of the reliably better coffees in Melbourne. I personally just get takeaway. They roast their own beans, and they also have a few other outlets in the city, and some cafes also use their beans. These chefs entered the cafe scene with food like your mom cooked. If your mom had fine dining experience cooking for Bill Gates or Mandarin pop superstar Jay Chou. Thanks to a decade of chefy training, they have superpowers of extracting flavor and creating healthy dishes from everyday ingredients. Thank goodness, because I hate kale and quinoa. They even sent their menu to a lab to measure the protein and sugar content, which is bad for me because I also hate reading. They also have meal packs if you're into meal prep. Delicious healthy food that's affordable, no wonder it's popular with the lunchtime crowd. St. Ali is one of the earliest coffee roasters in Melbourne. This cafe is at Queen Victoria Market, and their terrace or large windows are the perfect places to sit and people watch. The brunch menu seems limited, but when I tasted this bagel, wow, fresh salmon, pickled onions, capers, and toasted bagel, I enjoyed every bite. Their coffee is good, and on the slightly sour side. I also had their Americano citrus spritz, which was good, but made me both drunk and awake. The downsides are that the inside tables are small and low, but otherwise it's a good cafe to relax. Maker is a beautiful cafe located in the heart of busy Hardware Lane. Maker has a few cafes around Melbourne and they roast their own beans. The food here is limited but very creative, and the single source coffee is delicious with a slightly fruit berry taste. In my personal list, the coffee is definitely up there, and the interiors are very social media friendly. Bench Coffee is currently the only specialist coffee place in a city block dominated by giant department stores. Its aesthetics definitely stand out like a magpie amongst pigeons. And yes, they have good coffee with a great selection of pour-over, batch brew, and espresso. Check this place out if you're in the area. I'm a fan of Industry Beans' larger Fitzroy Cafe, where they also roast their own beans. This location has a slightly different vibe because it caters to the city workers who mostly get takeaway. This time, I'm trying the tiramisu coffee. You do have to mix up the top, and the result is actually just an iced latte. I also tried their pandan caramel bubble coffee. Good coffee, but the tiny taro balls are like tiny hard pebbles. Personally, I'm going to stick to their classics. If you think that, hey, I've seen Axel in a shopping mall, you're not wrong. Born in 2010 as a very popular brunch cafe in Hawthorn, there are now 19 outlets and counting. They roast their own coffee and it's very drinkable. The cafe operates like a well-oiled machine, pumping out classic brunch dishes like smashed avocado, fritters, and baked eggs, but sadly I'd skip their cookies. 2 of their baristas have won the Australian Barista Trophy for 4 years running, and they are working that like no tomorrow. So look out for an Axel Cafe at an office lobby, mall, or airport near you. This cafe is owned by 7 Seeds Coffee Roasters and was one of Melbourne's first espresso bars 20 years ago. It's a small cafe. There are more chairs in the ceiling than there are seats in a room. They serve batch brew espresso coffees and a small selection of pastries and toasties. I'm a fan of the brunch in their Carlton Cafe, but because this one has tourists queuing out the door every day, I avoid it. Alternatively, another 7 Seats cafe in the city is Traveller Coffee. Traveller is also a 7 Seats cafe like Brother Baba Budan, but without the crowds. Traveller is a hard-to-find hole-in-the-wall cafe around Chinatown with great coffee. In other words, an authentic Melbourne coffee experience. Patricia is a Melbourne institution for many reasons. Efficient service, charming baristas, and the coffee is good. Like, really good. When they opened in 2011, they had pour-overs. Nowadays, it's espresso or filter only. The coffee menu is simple. White, black, or filter. Standing room inside, but standing in the street is free. The cafe is chilled out up until 7:45 a.m. when the hordes arrive and tourists jostle for the perfect photo. Patricia is both good coffee and a Melbourne experience, which in this case means standing on a road drinking your takeaway coffee. Brunetti fills a need in the city for cafes that open early and stay open until late night. This cafe is well located on Flinders Lane next to Centre Place, the most famous laneway in Melbourne. The savoury food and dessert selections are vast. There's something to feed everyone, and the cake's fridge is as impressive as ever. While the picking up your own coffee thing is frankly a bit weird, the coffees are not bad, and the pizzas and the pastries are also quite nice. It's one of the few places in Melbourne that caters to all ages, plus the oldies can get a comfortable chair to sit in. For those reasons, Brunetti remains a Melbourne institution. Higher Ground is the brunch place to impress someone who's never brunched in Melbourne. Like, it's been open since 2016, I went there almost 10 years ago. The interior of the heritage former power station is stunning, and the service and food is good. This time, I had the Wagyu brisket, which was so tasty and satisfying. The cheeseburger and the fries were also good, but I'm definitely paying a premium for the experience. There are still people ready to spend on a special experience. Plus, the location is right next to Southern Cross Station, so you can grab the Sky Bus to Melbourne Airport. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please support the channel and subscribe. Thanks for watching.